And we are live. Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Healthy Living with Dr. Linda. It's been a minute, y'all, but we are back. We are back sharing beautiful women that are out here doing the thing, living healthily and helping others to do the same. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Dr. Linda Mitchell. I'm an author, a holistic health coach, and owner of Sweetheart Mitchell Collection, a health and wellness business that inspires you to be your best from the inside out. I am the owner of Sweetheart Mitchell Collection with my husband, David, who is absolutely amazing. Tonight, I'm going live because I want to give a woman in the community her flowers. Her name is Sebrina Brown, and I'm going to take a moment and read her bio. And then we're going to bring her in so we can have a nice dialogue over a cup of some beautiful luxury tea, courtesy of her beautiful company, Girlfriends Tea. So let me share with you who she is and what she's doing in the community, and then I'll bring her in and we'll go ahead and get started. Sebrina Brown is the founder and CEO of Girlfriends Tea, LLC. Girlfriends Tea informs, inspires, engages its audience over talk and tea. Sebrina is also a podcaster. She has her own podcast, Girlfriends Tea with Sebrina. It airs on social media, and it's soon to be on Spotify. Miss Brown has additionally demonstrated her speaking abilities as the Mistress of Ceremonies for the 2023 United Negro College Fund Mayor's Ball. She's also been a guest speaker of Sisters in the Spirit in the 2023 conference. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Miss Brown as she shares her own luxury tea brand with us, Girlfriends Tea, which boasts a popular sample pack for tea lovers' delight. I absolutely love it. That's why she's here tonight. She absolutely enjoys hosting private tea parties for special occasions. She's graduated from Project Inclusion and is a member of the FBI Norfolk Citizens Academy Alumni Association and formerly served on the board of Stop Abuse. So not only is she a serial and entrepreneur doing her thing, but she's also very active in the community. Let's bring her in tonight, Miss Sebrina Brown.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Linda. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. I'm honored and so glad to have you here tonight.
And I'm honored to be here on your platform.
Thank you for joining me. I do have some guests backstage that will have an opportunity to talk with you. But first, we're going to get all the tea. We're going to have you spill all the tea. And I just want to start by sharing with you. I was downstairs and I was making my tea. And I was so excited because there's nothing like jumping on a live or, having a chat with a beautiful woman in the community that's doing her thing to help, not only help to heal the community, because a lot of times over a cup of tea, healing can take place,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
in the elements of the tea is actually doing the healing internally on top of that.
That's
And
right.
so I was really excited about tonight's conversation, but I wanted to share with you that I have my beautiful setup here. My girlfriend's tea behind me. I also have my beautiful teapot, and I'll share with you the tea that I have in it. But before I do that, I want to give you an opportunity to tell the audience a little bit about yourself. I read your bio, but what do you want to share about yourself as we get started?
Well, thank you again, Dr. Linda, for having me. Well, everyone, I'm just passionate about giving a platform for everyone to share their story. I was one of those people, although I'm quite loquacious. Well, I would just say I like meeting new people. Loquacious tends to have a negative connotation, but I enjoy meeting new people. I rarely meet a new stranger. Everyone truly has a story to share. Everyone has a story to share. So I like facilitating someone else's story. I'm just tapping into their passion. But I'm one of those people who never thought I had a story, to be quite honest. So as a result of me interviewing people in Girlfriends Tea, I realized that I too have a story. I
Yes,
just
you
saw myself as the facilitator. And my
do.
friends were like, well, you tell us your story all the time. But I just didn't think my story would be on that public scale. But it's okay. God is good because I too have a story to share and empower and inspire people. So it's rewarding. It's rewarding. I was in the U.S. Postal Service. I was always presenting U.S. Postal Service and introducing other speakers. So here I am.
Beautiful. What is your story? What do you want the people to know about you personally?
Well, actually, when I was growing up, I would say I had low self-esteem. Most people don't know that, but I evolved. Look at God. I evolved as I tapped into who Sebrina was and what Sebrina has to offer. It's like our own superpowers. You know, we understand what we're absolutely unapologetic about. And that's why I named one of the flavors unapologetically berry, because we get to the point where we know what we're good at. And that's not being cocky. It's just acknowledging what God has given us. I know where God has empowered me to be, and I want to be where he's empowered me to be. So we're talking about flowers so that that garden can grow. It's for others to enjoy. It's not just for us, but it's for others. So Girlfriend's Tea is a garden of flowers, of everyone sharing their story. Now that's the podcast. Now the tea is the tea.
Yes. I want to talk about the tea. I'm excited about it because that's how I met you. You were at the Black Brand event and you were showcasing your teas and the aromas. And you kept saying, get a sample. Make sure you get a sample. And your excitement and your enthusiasm. And when I did taste the sample, it was absolutely delicious, even in the little paper cup that it was in. I'm like, she doing the thing. Now imagine me putting this in some beautiful china. It's really gonna
go. You're right. You know what you had, Dr. Linda, was unapologetically berry. That's what you had.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. So how did you get started with Girlfriend's Tea, the tea company?
Well, for those who follow me, they know they hear it every time. It was during COVID. Everybody started a podcast during COVID. We were on lockdown, but mine was going about 3 months before COVID put us on lockdown. So I had a little bit of a leeway, and it was just friends. I asked friends who had supported me in my luncheons. I named them the founders. So they really weren't founders, but everybody needs a foundation. So they were my foundation because they showed up. Everybody needs a friend or an associate to just show up because it gives them the confidence. Hey, I do have a platform and I do have some people who are interested in this. So it started as a result of that. And I wanted to always have a tea line because I would always toast at the beginning of the show saying, thank you for joining me for a cup of tea. So that's my trademark. And at the end, when they're done, I say when they walk through the fire, but it's not really a fire. As a result of the interview, they become girlfriends. So I roast them by saying, girlfriend, girlfriend. I'm very personable with everyone that I interview. So for that moment during the interview process, we're girlfriends.
So why a luxury tea line? Anybody could do tea, but you wanted to take it to a whole new level. Why luxury tea? And what exactly is luxury tea? I never heard anyone put it like that until I met you.
I'm so glad you asked. Well, I really wasn't looking for luxury tea. I just wanted to do a tea line. But as a result of me looking at the various manufacturers, I came across, there's more than one. There's more than one, but I came across one that caught my attention because there are plenty out there and they're good, all good at what they do. But what caught my attention about this manufacturer, and they don't say it on their website, but as a result of conversing with one of the representatives, her personal opinion was, if I'm not going to put it on my table, I don't want to put it on your table. So I like their attention to quality. And I know others do, but they talk more about quality than trying to sell me. So the reason for the luxury tea, it goes with, there's several reasons. One being the higher the altitude, the better quality of the tea, the fact that their tea is hand plucked. And the main thing is that they go through, I wouldn't say extreme measures, but they have high standards in the teas that they select. So if the tea, the plant, doesn't cut the mustard, then they don't use it, because what they don't drink, they wouldn't give to us. That's basically what she told me, but that's not on their site.
Well, that must say something about you. You have high standards, right? And you're catering to an audience that has high standards, right?
Absolutely.
I could tell right away when I met you. You have a lot of class, and
Thank you.
you just come across as so graceful. And I said, I want her. I'm relaunching my podcast. I said, I want her on my podcast. Who is this woman? I
And
want
you
to
know
know.
what? I felt the same way about you because you were so bubbly. It was you and another a young lady there, and I'm going to meet with her
Mhm,
next week. But you
mhm.
know, I can say this, and I want to say this for sure. The Women and Girlfriends Tea is not a membership group. They don't belong to Girlfriends Tea. But I can say this:
Yeah.
the women are professional. I haven't met every single one, but they're professional. They're sweet, and they empower me. Actually, they say I influence them, but they empower me because they're sweet. They're
Yeah.
just sweet, and I like that sweet spirit.
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for being sweet.
And you're
And
sweet.
thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, I
You're
want
welcome.
to share with you tonight what I'm drinking. Okay. What I did before our live tonight was I went in my bag here, and I have really been indulging in my girlfriend's tea since I purchased it, the samplers pack. And so I just stuck my hand in there and pulled out one of your delicious tea, and I pulled out unapologetic berry, and that's the one that we've been
That's
talking
where you
about.
tried.
So let me
Yes.
just tell the viewers what unapologetic berry is all about. Okay, so it has a mixture of elderberries, currants. Is that how you say that? Currants,
Currants. Uh-huh.
currants, aka Corinthian raisins.
Raisins. Yes.
Mhm. Hibiscus petals. I love hibiscus. It's so good for you. And it also says on here these are all natural flavors, and that
Hmm.
the antioxidant level is low, and it has very little or to none caffeine. Okay. And she also puts on here the expiration date. Okay. This right here
Hmm.
is classy. Okay. It's classy
Yes.
because every time I stick my hand in this beautiful sampler, if I grab one that says caffeine and it's late at night, I know put that one back.
Right. That's right.
You don't want any caffeine right now, right?
That's
And
right.
and the aroma, the aroma is just amazing. And so I have it here. It's been
I
steeping.
love that. I have one like it. Mine is round. Mine is more round, but I love being able to see the tea and the infusers right there. You
She's
see, we
gorgeous.
think alike. We think alike.
She is so gorgeous. So I'm gonna pour myself some,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna sip on it. While you talk a little bit more, I want you to tell us about your combinations that you've come up with for your different tea blends, because they're very unique.
They are very unique. But in full disclosure, I want to say that none of the blends are is a signature blend. So a
Okay.
signature blend means I've arrived in the revenue because it would be the only one that the company makes. So I've selected among hundreds and other people. They're a business to business
Okay.
organization. So other people, other businesses may be select carrying the same. I don't know. But I know that when I first started, to me, I'm, small potatoes, not really doing much. But they called me actually. I was very surprised. One of the higher level managers, I share this with the girlfriends privately. She called me and said, "What are you doing to move the tea?" I'm like, "Move the tea? I'm not really moving the tea." She said, "Oh, you're moving the tea." For
Oh,
someone who's not a big business, you're just starting, you're
yes.
moving the tea. And so that's when I shared with her that it must be the brand.
Yeah.
And so I know something a little bit from marketing, having evolved from marketing in the United States Postal Service. I don't know everything,
Yeah.
but I know enough about the brand. So really, as I shared that day at Black Brand where we met,
Yes.
I recall about marketing. Features tell, because I was telling all the features, like it's delicious, all this, but benefits sell.
Yes.
The
Yes.
benefits, the
Yes.
benefits, the benefits. And so I started pushing the benefits. So that's what happened at Black Brand. I started sharing about flavonoids and how they have antioxidants, which help to reduce or annihilate those free radicals, and it's good for heart disease. So when people start hearing the
Oh,
benefit, and I thought everybody knew, but they
No.
don't know.
Mm-mm.
They don't know because I didn't know.
So one of the things that I've learned about, a lot of the people that I interact with as it relates to tea, that there's quite a few people out there that just are still drinking Lipton tea. Remember Lipton
Yes.
tea? And I'm like, you're still drinking Lipton? Let me turn you on to some real tea, okay? That's going to heal your body and do something for your insides and make you feel good while you're drinking it, you
And
know?
you're so right. You're so right, Dr. Linda, because I mean, you have healing, wellness teas and herbs. I mean, I'm shouting you out too, because I'm new to this. But what I will not do is misrepresent myself as, I should say, being a sommelier or trained in that area. I just know what I've selected. I
Yeah.
know the teas that I carry, but I am going to get a certification in that just so I grow and learn more. I'm really a podcast first, and
Mhm.
then, of course, a retailer, and I want the tea to evolve.
Yes. Well, the tea sells itself.
Yes, thank
The
you.
benefits, just elderberry alone, boosting your immune system.
Mhm.
The hibiscus, it says loaded with antioxidants. It's just healing properties. And then, while you're drinking this, you're talking to a beautiful girlfriend or someone that you haven't talked to in a while and getting reacquainted, and you're enjoying the fragrance on top of it. I mean, it's all about the experience, right?
The experience.
It's
I
wonderful.
love it. I'm actually drinking Bella the Ball.
Tell us about Bella the Ball.
Bella the Ball has hibiscus and orange pieces, but I just, like I said, it's the brand. I mean,
Yes.
you could have a tea and just call it, I don't know, something else. I don't know, red hibiscus or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I think about the girlfriends. I actually pray on it and say, God, give me that name. So Bella the Ball, when I came up with the name, I was actually thinking about Tamika. Now, Tamika, she's still a co-host, but she's married now and she's moved to Northern Virginia. But she was the person who, I mean, I couldn't pay her just starting out, but she was more than a friend. She was a co-host and still is,
Oh,
whenever I invite her, because I just want her to just do her thing.
yeah.
But I just love her. And I said, Tamika, you are the belle of the ball. You
Oh,
are, but each of us, every woman is a belle of the ball. But for me and Girlfriend's Tea, she was a belle of the ball because she was the normalizer for me.
okay.
I'm people see this, but I'm naturally very excited before, a little anxious, don't ever want anything to go wrong. And she
Yeah.
was so calming. Everything's gonna be all right. And she's beautiful.
That's one of the things that I've learned about life. It's great that she was able to anchor you into knowing that all is well, and it's great to surround yourself with women that help you to ground so you're not anxious, so you're not fretful. And she sounds like a beautiful co-host
Yes.
and and friend and
She
friend.
really is. And I'm glad you mentioned that about it being so warm and you just want to relax and enjoy. It should be something that you can enjoy and that is good for your body. So I don't try to do this by heart, but I do know that flavonoids, which are in tea, antioxidant flavonoids, but flavonoids might reduce your risk for heart disease.
There
So
you go.
when I had a transient ischemic attack, I'm sure you didn't know that, but when
No.
I had one, I was like, my God, I already have the tea here. So instead of it just being tea that tasted good, again, just describing the features, I started talking about the benefits. The
Yes.
benefits, even green tea, and now everybody knows that green tea does some of everything.
But
But
not everybody knows. You'd be so
really,
surprised once you start having a conversation, with other women. A lot of them still don't know about tea. And when you start talking about the benefits, now you really got their attention, right?
exactly. And that's what sells. But it's the brand too.
Yeah.
It's the brand. But go ahead.
So I have a guest backstage, and I want to bring her on because I shipped her a bag of your beautiful girlfriend's tea.
And thank you. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. And I just wanted to share this with the world. You okay? So she's the first of many.
Oh, wow. I look forward to us getting together. I want to let everyone know and let you know that I'm going to start. I have a page that I haven't been using. It's the Girlfriend's Tea Luxury Tea while you're bringing your friend in. And I want to start having these 30-minute discussions. I mean, of course, talking about the tea, my tea, but I want the women to be able to share about what they do. So I'm gonna start doing that every week for a season. And it'll be mainly from the people who have ordered from me.
Well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to being a guest on your
Oh,
podcast.
you're gonna be a guest.
And let me bring Kia in because she's sipping on her girlfriend's tea tonight. Hello, Kia.
Hello, good evening, ladies.
Good evening. Good
Welcome.
evening.
Thank you.
And Kia, meet the CEO and owner of Girlfriend's Tea, Miss Sebrina Brown.
Hi, Miss Sabrina. How are you?
Hi, honored to be in your presence.
Thank you, ma'am. Same.
And will you share with Miss Brown what you're drinking tonight? What did you choose out of your girlfriend's sample?
In Tranquility, please.
Has a spearmint flavor.
Yes, it does.
Takes the edge off.
The hint of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose this one because it's tax season and I'm going crazy and I really want. So I didn't do what you did, Dr. Linda. I didn't just reach in, like I dumped out the whole bag and I was looking and I saw this and I was like,
Yeah. That's what you needed, tranquility.
You were searching for it.
So Tranquility, please, has chamomile, anise, linden petals, lemon balm, cinnamon, lemon verbena leaves, orange pieces, and passion flower. Caffeine
and
free.
rooibos. Did you say rooibos?
Oh no,
rooibos,
I didn't.
Yes. Well, you go, girl. You're awesome.
So, yeah, that is what I am currently sipping on, so I can relax and unwind from my day. And it's amazing. It tastes really good. And I'm normally a person who like puts sugar in their tea. I drank this with nothing, and it was so good.
Now that Kia, right?
Yes.
That Kia is what I hear a lot. I mean, some people say, no, girl, I'm going to do my honey, and that's fine. I said, do honey, but if they want to do sugar, they just a little bit, but whatever. But yeah, they say they don't need it. I was actually with some young ladies, about 3 of them yesterday, and they said, my gosh. Now, I don't tell them they don't need sugar. They just tell me they don't need sugar.
But it was, and I don't drink anything without sugar, but this was amazing without sugar. So
well, thank you.
It's a great product. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing. It really is. I just want to send it to everybody. Like Oprah said, you get a car, you get a car, you get a girl samplers pack, girlfriend's tea.
Yes.
I just want to send it out to everyone.
And I want to say this, if I could, Dr. Linda. I mean, Mother's Day is coming up, and y'all, it's so they do it to me every time. Don't wait until the last minute, because I'm a small business. I'm not going to go out here and order 5,000 bags of tea, and I don't know. So I'm going to email you, those who have ordered, to just go ahead and put in your order for Mother's Day. So I don't have to say I'm out, because I don't know. And I just don't want, even though the tea, when it arrives, is good for 10 years until I open it. But I don't want tea sitting around for 10 years. I want to be able to move it.
Well, I'm going to be sending my mom some, so put me on that list.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I want to let everyone know that I'm interviewing you. I'm interviewing you next week.
You absolutely are.
And we're going to promote that.
Before I take Kia off the screen, thank you so much, Kia, for coming on tonight and sharing with us and being a part of Girlfriend's Tea chat over some delicious tea tonight. We certainly appreciate you.
Thank you so much for sending me the tea. And it was so great to meet you, Miss Sebrina.
It's great to meet you as well. Thank you.
Have a great night, ladies.
You too.
All right. So I do want to share that I do add something to my tea, but it's all natural. This is a spearmint, organic spearmint. And I picked this up from the store, and I just take a leaf or two off and I just drop it into my tea. But like Kia, I didn't put anything in my tea. I'm just putting the spearmint in there because I wanted to enjoy the flavors and the aroma without the sweetness.
I love spearmint too. I really do. It's just amazing. And you know more of this because you study it with herbs, and we'll get to that in your interview. Yeah. It's amazing how God has given us everything. I mean, we know he's given us animals, but with plants, I'm just so impressed with God in that area. I mean, even in Good Morning Sunshine, one of my flavors, It tastes like there's lemon in it. It smells like it's lemon. There's lemon in it. And some of it's probably natural flavoring, but lemongrass, it's
Mm.
just amazing.
I love the names. They're just working.
God is so good. God
Good
is so
morning,
good.
sunshine. Oh,
Yes. Good morning, sunshine. And also, I do loose tea, Dr. Linda. I have
tell
some
me
loose tea
about that
flavors.
because I remember when I was buying my tea, I really wanted the girlfriend sampler pack, but you were like,
Right.
"No, you got to get the loose tea." But I was like, "I really want to try this one." So tell me about the loose tea. That's going to be my next purchase.
Well, the loose tea, the reason I lean towards it is because, well, first of all, in case everybody didn't know, tea is the number 2 beverage in the world. Water is number 1. I thought it would have been coffee.
Mm,
No, coffee takes a back seat, third to tea throughout the world. Tea is number 2.
wow, I did not know.
But also, loose tea sells more than bag tea. Now we see bag tea on the shelves. I didn't know that either. So
Mm,
the true tea connoisseurs, my understanding is they do loose tea, the bulk of them. And the good thing about loose tea, just like I used to shop at Tivana, and I still wasn't a tea person then, but
I
a
remember
little bit of
Tina.
tea was expensive at Tivana. You knew that, right? They got our money. So with loose tea, I feel like I'm preparing it. I know
Mm.
I can throw it back, but I just feel like I'm simmering. I just feel like I'm making tea a little bit more. And if you can pick it out your garden, that's even better. But I don't do that with girlfriend's tea.
So Joanne Voss wants to know how does she order your tea?
Oh, thank you. Girlfriendstea.net. Girlfriendstea.net.
Oh, easy and simple, right? Just go to the website.
That's right. And if you search Girlfriends Tea and my name's Sebrina with an E, it'll come up. But it's girlfriendstea.net. That's where you order the tea. Girlfriendstea.com is the site for the podcast, but you can also click on the link from there to go to girlfriendstea.net. So thank you for asking.
Excellent question. And I know we have some more questions out there. So if you all have some additional questions for Sebrina, please post them at this particular time. It'd be great to pick her brain a little bit more. Okay, we've got a question.
I'm going to look online, but go ahead.
Came up from Braley. She says, "What are some unique and rare tea varieties that your company offers, and what makes them special?"
The tea varieties?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I mean, they're just
Give her your top 2 or 3.
okay. Here we go. Now, last year when I was on Coast Live, I said the other bourbon. I was really feeling the other bourbon, but Belle of the Ball, I just can't get past Belle of the Ball. Belle of the Ball, I have several. Belle of the Ball, Unapologetically Berry has become my top because I drink Belle of the Ball so much. It's nice to change up. But listen, y'all, the loose tea, Afterglow. And I said, God, when I first tried it, I was hesitant to go to loose tea because most of the women told me they didn't want to do loose. And then I said, well, sometimes you just have to show people what they're missing. You can't wait on them to get there. You just got to go there,
Absolutely.
And I did. I just went there and they're like, oh my God. Afterglow it has cucumber and lemon and lime, has hibiscus too. There's so many products in Afterglow. But I named it because when I was drinking, I said, God, how do I feel?
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was in his presence, like I was in the Afterglow. So that's how it is. I think on names before I come up with them because I want them to fit the brand. So I pray on them.
Yeah, it's a spiritual experience. I can definitely tell with your names that you're coming up with. When I ordered this teapot, this piece, everyone should have a teapot that allows you to do loose tea in it. And that's what this is. You put the loose tea in it and you just set it right into the water and it gives you a beautiful opportunity to let it steep, right?
That's right.
Steep is
it lets it steep. The longer you let it steep, the stronger it is.
Getting darker and darker.
Yes. And I want to say this because around summertime, people don't want to do tea. People drink coffee in the summertime, but you can have it and then let it cool.
Yes.
But what I don't recommend, or the manufacturer doesn't recommend, is that because there's no preservatives in it, you shouldn't having a refrigerator beyond 24 hours. You need to dispose of it then. So
I
don't
didn't,
overdo it.
I
Don't
didn't
do a
know
whole
that.
gallon.
So,
Oh,
so
yes.
don't leave tea in the refrigerator for more than 24 hours. What happens to it when you leave it in that
Well,
way?
it probably develops spores. I'm talking about this tea.
Okay,
This brand. I mean, it's raw. There's no preservatives, nothing like that. So I'm only speaking. I don't know about other teas. I don't know about Lipton, but I called them and asked them because I kept mine. I had so much left over from a show. It was days later. He was like, "My God, you didn't see spores?" I said, "No spores," and I was fine. Well, he said you were fine, but to be safe, you could probably do more than 24 hours. That's
yeah.
what they recommend.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, you mentioned the fact that you can drink it cold. So what I do is I'll let my tea sit next to the window, so it makes a sun tea. And when I do that, I drop the bag in it, and I just sit it next to the window. They call that sun tea. And is that okay to put in the refrigerator for over 24 hours, or no? You got to drink that
I'm
right
sure
away.
it is. Once it's flavored, it's good for
Okay.
24 hours, period. But it's funny you mentioned sun tea because I was talking with someone about that yesterday. I've never done that. I've never done. My grandmother didn't even do it, as far as I know. So it took me. I was like, "What is sun tea?" I'm gonna try it one day.
Oh, it's so delicious. And you know what I love about the process is as it sits by the window, you get to watch it evolve and get darker
Right.
and darker and darker as the day goes on. The sun just allows out all that goodness to immerse itself into the water.
I'm glad you mentioned evolve because it
Yeah.
reminds me of bouquet of love. I don't know if you ever saw that, but it's a tea that bursts into a flower.
Yes, I told you the story. I asked my husband to bring me a cup of tea upstairs, and he bought me a bouquet of love in a mug like this. Now tell
Too
everybody what
strong.
bouquet of love is. It was so funny. I said, Sabrina will get this one.
Yeah, because that one ball makes up to 8 cups. But I tell everyone, if you put 8 cups of water, you're not going to really taste the flavor. So I do it 4 cups at a time. It's a lot for that ball, a lot of water for that one ball. That's my personal opinion. But it has green tea, chrysanthemum, lily, jasmine, osmanthus flowers. And I love to see it just bloom.
And it was so pretty, but it was like a really
Beautiful.
big ball in this. And I said to myself, maybe I shouldn't drink this. I think it's going to be too concentrated for me.
Exactly. So you want to have at least, I would say 4. It does 8. But
Yes.
for me, I need to taste that flavor. I
Yeah.
do 4 cups and then I do another one. But that's a lot of tea for one person to drink, even over 24 hours.
It is. It absolutely is. And what I did was I took it downstairs and diluted it out a little. But one of the things that I've learned as I've gotten more mature in my age is I don't fill my cup up to the top with water. I do a half a cup of water on my tea bag because I can taste it more. It
That's
has
the beauty of it.
more flavor. I'm like, I don't need as much water just because this cup is so big. Let me just do a half a cup.
6 to 9 ounces, what we recommend. There's a comedian. I love comedian Tim Shropshire. He's a foodie. So
Yeah.
he tastes food and he's just very comical. So he had me on his show and he had the other bourbon. Dr. Linda, I kid you not. He had a mug this tall, right? And one little bag in it. And talking about how good it was. Oh, I laid him out of the show. So I said, Tim, no, you don't have all that water with that one. I said, you need about 2-3 bags in that bit. No, it's good. I said, you know what? I'm done. He said, it's good to me. Now, see, it wasn't the other bourbon, though. So the other bourbon does stretch. So I'll give him that. But if you try that with Bell Ball, it's going to taste like water. I was like, you misrepresenting.
That was tea from a man's perspective.
Yes, it was. And then
it's called stretching it. Stretching it.
That's right. He tried it with the 8 ounces. He said, my God. That's I tried to tell you. He said it was good, but it was way better.
We have another question from Braylee. She wants to know, she says that she has children. Do you recommend these teas for them? And if so, what's a good age to start giving the tea to them? Good question.
Herbal teas are good. I mean, they drink soda. They drink, so herbal teas, caffeine. Herbal equates to caffeine free. I wouldn't do the caffeine.
Okay.
So in the samples pack, only 3 of the flavors have caffeine. Of course, green tea, because green tea has caffeine. Spearmint Energy, because it gives you energy. And there's one black tea. I used to have Sir Earl Grey, but I took it out because Sir Earl Grey was boring, 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 boring. But Genuine Scotch Black. So for children, definitely caffeine-free teas, herbal teas. So 3 out of 12 is not bad for the bag. And if you want to have just caffeine, then you could do the flavors, the loose tea. And the loose tea, I'm only going to carry herbal.
Well, when I think about the kids and the fact that you have 3 teas available for them, I think about the healing benefits, right? When you're giving them tea versus soda, or tea versus herbal tea versus soda, herbal tea versus Gatorade, herbal tea versus Capri Suns. I think about the superfoods, right? The antioxidants and the benefits that are in that tea. And you can sweeten it a little bit with maybe some honey or blue agave nectar to give them that sweetness. And at the same time, to give them properties in their body to help them to heal.
Absolutely. And there are 9 for the children. 3 have the caffeine.
Ah, okay.
So 3 have caffeine, but there are 9 that the children can have. And there's one called Cutie Colada, but just let everybody know there's no alcohol in any of these and the other bourbon. So children can drink it.
Okay. And those 9 come in the girlfriend's tea pack.
Yes, ma'am. 9 are herbal, and they'll see it as they go down and look at the ingredients. 9 are herbal, which equates to caffeine free, and 3 have caffeine in them.
So tell us about where you ship. Do you ship all over the world? Do you do an international shipping?
Nobody's ordered. Well, I take that back because somebody ordered some in Japan. Okay. I've been to Japan. Wow. I shipped to Japan, but it's throughout the United States. I put a map up on my Facebook page. So I might have 11 to 15 more states that I haven't been in yet.
All right. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming.
Thank you, Arthenia, for joining us tonight. We're so glad you're on. Thank you, Miss Joanne Voss, for joining. Thank you, Miss Bradley, for joining us tonight. You guys are full of energy and active tonight. So as we prepare to wrap up our interview tonight, Miss Sebrina, I did some research and I wanted to find out what were some of the trends as it relates to luxury tea that were out there. And some of the latest trends associated with luxury tea are the functional blends. And when I say functional blends, I mean the benefits, the fact that a lot of the ingredients you're using have superfoods and antioxidants and botanicals and minerals in there that help to promote wellness. Do you find that when you're sharing these benefits with your audience, what is the exchange like during that conversation? Do they get excited or,
I'm glad you're bringing this up because I'm not in the wellness. I have them here. I'm sampling them. Yeah. And so it take me a while. I mean, the one I have several from a manufacturer. Body, cleanse to cleanse your colon and to relax. Ginkgo biloba to help with the memory. I haven't started my wellness line yet. It has to pass my test. Really, it does. And it has to pass the 2 girlfriend tea tasters that I have. And just to see, and in this case, it's not going to be about the taste. It's going to be about, how did it move? But we know that everybody is different. But people get excited about the generic because we have to be very careful. Like Uniquely Golden is good for the skin. And we know that unapologetically berry with elderberry is great for our immune system. But my manufacturer is very careful to not put health claims where the data isn't there. So the benefits that people get from me are the overall benefits of good tea, period. Good quality tea, with which being that would be the antioxidants and the flavonoids. So that's what they get from me until I come up with the wellness. Everybody's like, when are you going to do? Well, green tea is a wellness tea. That's the only one that I really carry right now. But I'm testing the others because I don't want it to taste too bad. So I have about 12 wellness teas that I just haven't tasted yet.
Well, that's going to be a fun process, tasting those and coming up with the name and adding them if you decide to bring them on. It sounds like a fun process. What's been your biggest challenge? I can't imagine you having a challenge with your business. What would be your biggest challenge since you started it?
My biggest challenge is tapping into that stream that would take me to the next level. That marketing. So I know that I've taken the business as far as it can go. So now I have to bring on someone in marketing that can help me go to the next level, because that's really where I need to be.
Good. It sounds like that wellness line would take you to the next level. I know
Yes, I agree.
I'd be all over that.
Yes, I agree. And they just have a plethora of flavors. Plethora.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Well, this has been absolutely wonderful. I want to thank you for being so sweet, so delightful, and for serving the women and the men of the community. I'm going to tell you, my husband has been drinking this tea. When I
Oh,
have a
yeah.
cup, he has a cup. When I have a cup, he has a cup.
I love it. I love it. I've been hearing that men enjoy the tea. I think their only challenge is that, they may not, well, I'm drinking girlfriend's tea, but hey, it's tea.
Well, my biggest challenge with my husband is getting him to not put all that sugar in it. To try to drink it, try to drink it at its natural state and enjoy the experience. But he likes his stuff sweet.
Right. Or at least do stevia. Apple Spice Divine has stevia. I don't really care for the aftertaste of stevia, but I love Apple Spice Divine. I don't care if that's the only thing for me. I don't care for the aftertaste of it. So I have to drown it in some honey or something, put some honey to kind of offset it.
Unfiltered honey. That's what I add. When I do
Yeah.
want the sweet, that's what I add to mine. But I really am enjoying going through my bags and just allowing myself to experience the different combination of flavors. So as we prepare to wrap up, just go ahead and share again, so your social media platforms, as well as your website and your contact information, so folks can reach out to you.
Okay, everything is Girlfriend's Tea. So on Facebook, I have my Girlfriend's Tea with Sebrina page. And then I have the Girlfriend's Tea Luxury Tea page, which I haven't been paying attention to. But Dr. Lynn, as I shared, I'm going to start doing these 30-minute interviews with women. And the conversation is going to be about tea, but about your business as well. And then on YouTube, y'all follow me on YouTube. I only have a couple hundred. I have 193 followers on YouTube. So follow me on YouTube, please. And in the private Facebook group. Now, if you really want to engage with like-minded women in the private Facebook group, Girlfriend's Tea with Sebrina, there are about 2,100 women. That's where I get to meet you. Yeah. And I get to engage with you more so because I post more in that group. So you have Facebook, the page, you have Facebook, the private Facebook group, you have YouTube, Instagram, Girlfriend's Tea with Sebrina, TikTok. I'm kind of making my way there. I just wanted to go there and dance, but then people started finding me and then I had to become serious. They just messed it up. I just want to go over there and have fun. And I couldn't stand it. You want your contacts to follow you? No. I want to dance. I'm in my own world over here.
That's what I love about TikTok. It's so much fun. It really
is fun. Oh, and then girlfriendstea.net. Girlfriendstea.net to order the tea. Girlfriendstea.com to find out more about Girlfriend's Tea, the podcast. So I took a little bit of a break too, Dr. Linda, especially after I had my transient ischemic attack. And then I was like, wow, I got the green tea. I have the antioxidants and flavonoids. So God was already helping me with that.
Come on, you already had it in your
I just love him. I said, God, you already had it on the scene. But of course, I had to do exercise, drink water. So it's the totality of it. Wellness is the totality. It's not just one thing.
Absolutely is. And on that note, we look forward to seeing your wellness tea line come out very soon.
I'm looking forward to it. I need to get to tasting.
Thanks again. It's been amazing. Sebrina. Be well.
It's been an honor. I'm rarely interviewed, so I appreciate it.
All right. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too.
So thank you all for joining us tonight. Miss Sebrina Brown, absolutely amazing. And, when I met her, again, she was just so sweet. And she was so graceful and fun. And I said, I want you on my podcast. I'm relaunching my podcast. And I love it if you be my guest. I want you guys to support her business. But most of all, take a bag of tea and send it to someone. Send it to someone you love and someone you care about and someone you know that needs to take a load off and just sit down and drink some more tea. Her girlfriend's tea bag has a really nice combination of different samplers in it, and I absolutely love it, and I recommend it. So again, just out here giving women their flowers, women that are out here doing things to help the community, to inspire health and wellness from the inside out, like myself. Thank you for joining tonight. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with another amazing guest. So stay tuned with Healthy Living with Dr. Linda. Be well.